Do you know who you really are? Or do you aspire to be someone you're not? Society will try to tell you who you are, and if you don't take the time to really get to know yourself, you might start to believe them. There was this quote by Charles Horton Cooley that shifted my life forever. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Let this one sink in, and let this be the start of your path of self-discovery. According to me, self-awareness is the knowledge of one's own character, feelings, and desires. It's about how clearly we can see ourselves and understand how others see us. For me, self-awareness is the base of living a high-performing and meaningful life. It strengthens your confidence, helps you to communicate more effectively, be more creative, and it goes way beyond just knowing who you are. It's a great responsibility towards yourself, and if you can fulfill this responsibility, you not only serve yourself, but everybody around you. Self-awareness helps me in bringing more value as a coach to the people I'm coaching. It's the first step towards self-love and self-care, and this connection with yourself has an influence on every connection you will ever have. Because no matter how open, loving, and caring we try to be, the connection with others will only go as deep as we're willing to meet ourselves. The majority of things we do on autopilot. These patterns and habits carry us through our lives. That's a good thing, but if we forget that we're not a pilot, they control us. We know that our thoughts influence our feelings, which influence our actions. A way to become more self-aware is to reverse engineer this pattern. Start by asking why you do what you do. If you can find the feeling that triggered the action, you can reverse engineer the thought that triggered the feeling. Write down what you're currently chasing and ask yourself, what is the source of that desire? Where did I get this idea? Was it your parents, your friends, or social media? Or do you really want to achieve those things because they make you feel alive? I've been there as well. I got my master's in economics because I thought that financial consultancy was my dream job. But I was wrong. This idea was all based on external factors, and not who I was. And from that moment on, I started my path of self-discovery, filtering out the noise and found that voice inside myself. And that's where coaching came into my world and changed my life forever. An important step is identifying your strengths and weaknesses. You just go somewhere where you're alone without distractions and write the things down you think you're good and bad at. Ask yourself, what do you look forward to and what do you procrastinate? When do people ask your help and when do you ask their help? What gives you energy and what drains your energy? You see, you cannot only focus on strength, because if we only celebrate the light, we'll never be able to walk in the dark. And it's never about fixing your weaknesses, because especially the parts we try to hide are the ones that make us human. Being without flaws isn't the norm. It's an unreachable idea that will keep us far away from valuing ourselves, others, and all of the greatness that's within us. And the biggest problem with our weaknesses is that we ignore and avoid them. But that's not how growth works. And something I've learned over the years is if you accept your weaknesses, they stop being your weaknesses. Thinking about your strengths and weaknesses is just the beginning, because we aren't always honest with ourselves. So in the next step, it's important to ask your closest friends. Go to the people you really trust, that really know you, and create a safe space. And please ask them to be honest, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But if they're not willing to deal with the short-term conflict of hurting your feelings, they will never be able to help you in becoming the best version of yourself. I've invited my closest circle to a very special place and asked them about who they think I am, what my strengths and weaknesses are, things I need to work on. These might seem tough questions, and the key is to find those blind spots. It's about getting underneath the surface, finding those things you didn't know about yourself. Habits, thinking patterns that influence our lives without even knowing it. Never forget that understanding who you really are also requires to accept who you're not. And that is what makes self-awareness difficult. Because we only see who we like to be, not who we really are. And that's the real message I want to send out today. Be honest with yourself. Stop the act, drop the mask, cut the crap. Because the only thing that really matters is accepting who you are today and focus on who you can become tomorrow. Be authentic. Be you. So please, go all in on you and never change who you are. Because the moment you take the courage to walk into the fire of self-discovery, your life will change for the better. And this fire will never burn you. It will only burn what you're not. You've got one life. Go take it. It's yours.